The finals just had its brand new update 7.10. As per usual, we'll go over all the details there with that, some stuff that wasn't included in the patch notes, as well as some additional things around Season 8. Last up, we'll go over some community mentionables, both from my community as well as the finals community as a whole. We got a ton to talk about. What's up, World Utopia here, back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, so as always, let's just get into the patch notes, all the updates with 7.10. And back again with our opening statement is Embark Dusty. She does go on here to say that, of course, update 7.10 is live, and that this week is a store update. She does talk a little bit about some of the bundles and things on the store we'll cover here in a second. She also does say that the head-to-head fight is still on, but that it's at some new locations now, where Ned Strike will continue his rampage on 4 original arenas. That's Bernal, Monaco, Kyoto, and Las Vegas. Of course, she does also mention you could tune into their first Embark Creator Clash Showdown, featuring both Oscar and Caroline leading 2 teams of the Creator Clash. As I mentioned in a previous video, unfortunately I wasn't able to make it, but tomorrow's video I will have a full coverage of everything that happened during that stream, and if there was any additional things that happened in chat or even in the video itself. Moving on here though, we actually had some additional details on the patch notes and the website side of things. They do mention that there is some new sale going on right now, so you can check out the store with new sales on some older bundles. That's starting now and lasting for the next 2 weeks. Actually was for a decent amount of bundles here, like the Distant Capacitor, the Hazard Set, even Cherry Blossoms on here, and the Easelty Immersion. And all of these were discounted between 40 to 50+%, and that will last for 2 weeks or 14 days. They also do mention here on the website that the Twitch drops are still ongoing, so if you wanted to get the Broadcast Blaze set, those are still up for grabs. Again, you can check out any streamer in the finals category that has drops enabled, and then you should be able to claim those. They also do mention that the XP override is still in place until the end of the season, where you can get extra XP for the Battle Pass, your fans, and that also does apply to your daily contracts. You do level up a ton per match, so it is really decent there, and I always love that they do these right before the end of the season, allowing people to catch up with their Battle Pass or even their sponsorships. Last up for this 7.10 patch, yes, of course we do have the store update. That does include a plethora of new cosmetics. And yes, that does include a new maid outfit people are going super crazy over. I have a few fun community mentionables with this one. There also is a fair warning with this bundle that I will give in a second here. But yes, we had the Misdemeanor drop, a new pet called Dale the Whale, which yes, is holographic, the Luminous Riot Pack, including a few weapon skins here, and last but not least, the Unicornator units, which is a skin for the SR-84. So decent offerings there, especially people going crazy over the main outfit, which has been a long time coming for some. I did mention a few community things there and a fair warning. If you look here, we had a posting, don't buy the main bundle in this maid outfit bundle. And yeah, if you actually do look, there is a bundle which showcases that it includes 12 items, and then there's a 2200 one that doesn't showcase anything at all. There's also the outfit right next to it for 800. So the main issue here is if you do buy the 2200 one, it looks like it only includes the makeup. If you're spending 2200 and you're only getting the makeup there, whereas if you look right next to that, the bundle actually includes all 12 items. So do be careful. If you want the bundle, make sure you're purchasing the first one and not doing the second one that is 2200 that seems to be bugged right now. Or at least seems like it might only include the makeup or things like that. I'm assuming they will try to fix this. They usually are pretty good about that if a bundle is bugged. But for right now, just in case, I would purchase only the main bundle and not the one right next to it, as that one does currently seem to be bugged. Also, if you haven't seen with this update, there is a new lore drop video. That one was just posted, but you also could have saw it when you first launched your game. This one is called the 3 Perfect Frogs. There's actually a ton of lore drop in this one pertaining to multiple sponsorships. I'll play a little bit of the video for you here, but essentially there was a few things that were extracted from it. Now, originally you could kind of just briefly see these sponsorship screenshots here. They were kind of hidden back. However, someone was able to extract the exact screenshots from it, or at least the ones with the lore info drop. So Yasu Yoshida actually did post these over on the subreddit, saying the lore video has some wild headlines. So a few examples here: the Ospu's shortage sparks regional unrest. Local feeds were reporting a few different things here, where the Ospu system does cite shipment rerouting. Disun had a few things here: fuel technicians missing, and even former Disun zones declassified. However, the main tidbit here, and what people are picking out, is the Via one. And it says contestants have gone missing after the glitch in the system. Speculation of the finals contestant disappearance has led to many to believe the contestants suffered from an emotional drift following a facial chip collaboration failure, and they issued a 6-day cooldown. So a lot of dysfunction happening with the sponsorships. And again, shout out here to Yasu Yoshida for actually pulling these screenshots out. Link to the post down below if you do want to read up on all the lore tidbits there. Speaking of the community, we have a few posts here that I want to go over. This first one going over: so at Embark, Season 8 starts in 2 weeks. Is there any news? Although, as someone points out here, it actually is around 3 weeks, nearly 21 days. Now, in my last video, I actually did cover a lot of the Season 8 stuff and the teasers, at least in the last few. The first notable one here, and that just gives us information on why things are being kept under wraps, was actually pertaining to the Nexon earnings call. I have a full video breaking down what the earnings call means and essentially the future of the finals for 2026 and beyond. However, essentially they are keeping a lot of the details under wraps right now, and it could pertain to a lot of the big announcements happening with the majors. So there hasn't been too many teasers going on, but I do think in time we will get some more reveals. Again, if you haven't already, if you want to subscribe, you can. I'll try to keep you guys up to date as possible there, as I will 100% have new videos out when any new Season 8 info comes out, and I usually try to get that to you guys as quickly as possible. So if you want to keep up to date, maybe think about subscribing today. That way it does pop up on your feed as soon as that happens. Another community mentionable here, I know I went over the maid outfit and a few things there. This one actually does pertain to something that Rob said on both the stream, or the last dev stream before this one, and as well over on Discord, where we have this message here saying, I just made up my mind, we'll run a cosplay competition and sponsor the prize. So it does look like they are going to be doing a cosplay competition at the majors in Stockholm. This one isn't 100% confirmed, but it does look like that will happen. There has been a ton of posts about cosplays, especially recently, and actually this post does pertain to the maid outfit, and this post actually comes from Futaba Kigu, who's over on the subreddit. I have featured them before, where they did actually show this cosplay off. I featured the helmet that they even made as well. But yes, they were in a maid outfit, and they wanted Embark to add a maid outfit. That one happened 4 months ago. People were asking for it like crazy. Well, now their outfit is actually lore accurate to the finals, and if they wanted to, they could actually use this maid outfit, the shotgun, and even their helmet piece with that, as all of them are now in the finals. So pretty cool there. Again, I'll link down to their post below if you do want to check out their page and anything they've posted so far. Moving on here, we do have a few other community mentionables. This first one I figured I would feature. It is somebody actually making and modeling a P90 SMG for the finals. Although this could just be a 2D render. Still, this thing looks absolutely insane. P90 is actually one of my favorite weapons in other games, so I would absolutely love for them to bring this into the finals. Although I would want it on the light class. That's just a bit of a bias there though. But this definitely could get me to switch to medium on occasion. We also had another one here, Pyromine skin idea, which yes, is in the burnt pepperoni pizza skin fashion. Again, a lot of these look so good. A lot of these skin ideas do eventually make it into the finals, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this as well. Again, another really cool idea there. That one comes from I'm Daking Forever, and the P90 skin came from C4 Try over on the subreddit. Last up here, of course, we do have those mentionables from my community, where we do have the features from the Star Models page. First up here, we have one from Haster, who shows off another one to his Gundam collection, giving off some cool military and robotic aesthetics with it. I think some of the colors aren't exactly perfect, but it actually does work overall. And another really cool one. This next one here was posted around July 4th. This one comes from Remedimston. Hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Definitely a mouthful there. But he shows off a really cool July 4th cosplay here. Definitely very fitting for that. Of course, we had another one, as this one was also posted around July 4th. Comes from One. And another really cool feature here, definitely has a lot of the America aesthetic, kind of giving off some motorcycle vibes there. We have another feature here from Haster, who shows off a nice little Photoshop edit here, which I believe is a mashup and crossover of Undertale and the finals together. Some pretty cool artwork there and combinations, and some nice pixelation for that art. Last up here we have one from Kitson0805, and they show off a Kim Possible cosplay. This one looks super good. The colors are nearly perfect, but the best they can do in the finals. I really enjoy this one, and does bring back some childhood memories. Overall, it should about cover for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce!